Hey there guys, so I'm coming at you with another video, and today we're talking about and dissecting the Netflix Warrior Nun trailer that my friend David, shout out to David, sent me and hit it.
My whole life, I've dreamt about being dead. I leave my body and I see myself from above. A normal girl. Until I wake up and realize that I'm still the freak I've been my whole life. One thing I've learned since then, life has a really fucked up way of making your dreams come true. Okay, this isn't a dream. This is hardcore, real life. No. With superpowers?
We belong to the Order of the Cruciform Sword, devout women who have dedicated their lives to fight in an ancient civil war. Whoever bears a halo is a new champion, a warrior nun.
I'm sorry, can we maybe jump to the part where any of this has anything to do with me?
Hell will rise up, heaven will fall. How did our greatest weapon against evil end up in an unbeliever?
The halo is a gift. You're God's champion. It will enhance whatever natural abilities.
So she has phasing abilities.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're entering a new era of enlightenment.
And you're using technology.
I discovered a gateway.
And she has, yeah, like phasing abilities. I'm not digging the trailer as far as music goes.
Pain is what made me a sister warrior.
Shotgun Mary.
Oh, name. Why do they call you that?
Mary.
I drink a lot.
Sometimes life just changes right out from under you, you know?
Yeah, there's something special about her.
She's great. Really stable.
Find that girl.
I train harder than anyone else.
Lilith.
I really hope I got God's message right.
Ava is probably like the character.
Do your best, try like a nun.
Bless you, Mitch. Too far.
So my friend David, what up David, put it up this video on my Facebook and said like, hey, I'm just gonna drop this here. I obviously checked it out and I'm watching it again. And my views on it is the same as it was this morning, is that like, I love and hate this. Like, it's a cool concept, but this is extremely SJW, you know, and then I did like a disappointment, like heavy side. But I mean, so initial reaction and vibes and everything that I'm getting from this trailer, it looks kind of like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is cool. Growing up, I loved watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and there was something that you could have went in there, and then there's this idea of like, you know, if you ever seen that movie The Saints where they hunt down like vampires, that was all, this kind of giving me that vibes too. It looks like, one thing that I don't like already in the beginning is that it looks like people can choose who they are becoming, this warrior nun whatever person, and so they branded this person with a halo, right? And I would have wanted that already just in the trailer. I would have wanted that to be something that God did, you know. I wouldn't want that to be a human element that humans choose to become nuns, or this warrior person that you wanted to become. I already have problems already, because like I said, it looks very SJW, it looks very like women power and everything, and I feel like because it's SJW, it's going to be very anti-Catholic, and they're going to be like, this is going to be like their say of like, hey, like, oh, the man it was in charge of everything, but that's not the case. We women were all have been in charge this whole time, and I feel like that was going to be a narrative, and I leaned that direction because one of the characters is already named Lilith. For those who don't know, Lilith has been used as like in Sabrina the Teenage Witch and all these other genres, that Lilith was the first wife of Adam, you know. So Lilith was a creation of God. Lilith was the mother of all demons and everything. So whereas Eve was taken from Adam's rib, like Lilith was an equal and she didn't bow down to Adam. And so Lilith has been used as a women empowerment, and especially in the third wave feminism, and as far as like we were in charge too. So like it's very SJW in narrative, and I hate that. As far as powers goes, it looks cool. Like each of these nun people may have a different ability. They even said that like it just amplifies what you can do. And so she has like phasing abilities. Cool, not very like, I guess I'm so saturated with like comic book movies and everything, all of this stuff. I'm probably not being able to be surprised with superpowers. Phasing, it's kind of cool, whatever. I don't know, it's not as, it's not as interesting. It doesn't, I don't feel anything new out of this. Obviously I'm gonna watch it, right? So going into this TV series, and of course I'm gonna watch it because one, it's very much my wheelhouse, and then two, it's good content to talk about. But like I said, I'm getting a lot of anti-Catholic vibes with it, and it's just like I'll be surprised if they actually talk about something good, but I feel like they're just using Catholicism in this and just using it as like a placeholder, just like as if it was like mythology and all this stuff. And like I'm kind of gonna watch it and be like, that's not, and they're gonna talk about something like real presence or something, and then I'm like, that's not how real presence and transubstantiation works and consecration works and all this stuff. So I'm probably gonna be really pissed off with this TV show, but as far as concept goes, again, it could be something really cool. Like, there's something there that, you know, if for generations that we have to fight evil or whatever, and there's something cool about that, like very, very, like I said, Buffy the Vampire Slayer type feel. And so it could have been a very cool way to have done that. Okay, so like this looks more like CW than it does Netflix, and it also bothers me, like with the trailer, I would have thought they were going to go with like the Hitman trailer, like the Assassin Hitman trailer, and they're gonna go with Ave Maria, because they're just like, that's just something that I feel like they were gonna go with, but they went with some other song that I'm not familiar at all. And then that's another thing that bothers me, and I get what they're doing, but it bothers me. They're like, no fucks given, none, you know, like they want to do so, I feel like they want to be so edgy with this, and again, it trails onto the SJW-ness, that they just want to be like something like totally edgy, like, oh yeah, we're the cool Catholics without being actually Catholic, and it's gonna bother me, you know. Cool there that, you know, like if Joan of Arc was in it and she was a part of this order and all that stuff, but like it just screams SJW, and I don't know, we'll see. It comes out like soon, I guess, or whatever, and so like, no, it comes out like July 2nd, and so I'm gonna check it out and all that stuff. And so what else? Speaking of Netflix and Catholic superheroes, one thing that comes into mind is Daredevil, Matt Murdock, and I really hope MCU keeps Charlie Cox on board and everything. But the idea is that, and again, it's ironic that it's a Daredevil, but it is a Catholic superhero and everything, but there it goes deep. Not just like Daredevil was awesome and great in cinematography, but it goes deep into like real world injustices and how it brings that into, you know, reality. And so when it comes to Warrior Nun, if it's very superficial and this is just about like superpowers and everything, I'm gonna have a hard time. It'll probably still be entertaining, but it'll be great like if it deals with, like, again, real world injustices and talking about pain and suffering and salvation and forgiveness and everything, and deeper themes, you know. And I think that's where my problem is, like when it comes to that trailer, it just looks very superficial. I understand that it needs to draw attention and everything, but on a deeper level, if it doesn't reach into these themes that deal with theology and everything, I'm going to have an issue, just because it's very, like I said, it's very on the surface level. Whereas I think Daredevil does a great job going into these themes and going into character development, going into the dilemma of Matt Murdock figuring out his faith and what he does on the nights, you know, like fighting crime and everything. And so there's something very much interesting there when it comes to Daredevil, and I would love to see the same thing for Warrior Nun. Well, only time will tell, but yeah.
And that was his way, to think of the community and the individuals in it, to think in terms of what can I give He gave his life right here in this church, protecting others. Standing up to a man who used fear as a tool to set neighbors against one another. If Father Lantom had an enemy, I would say it was fear. For me personally, he spent many years trying to get me to face my own fears, to understand how they enslaved me, how they divided me from the people that I love. He counseled me to transcend my fears, to be brave enough to forgive, and see the possibilities of being a man without fear. That was his legacy. And now it's up to all of us to live up to it.
So again, right now, trailer-wise, I'm like, obviously I'm gonna watch it. Obviously it looks interesting enough for me to watch it, but by feel alone, right, I think I'm gonna hate this. But we'll see if I am gonna be surprised, right? I'm gonna be surprised, like, again, if it'll surprise me if this is not SJW, but it looks very SJW, and it's gonna problem me if it's gonna be very anti-Catholic versus being actually very Catholic. Obviously, I didn't look into the writers and actors and all that stuff, but already, like, I feel like I'm gonna hate this show, but I'm gonna watch it just because of the content that it's gonna provide me. But yeah, we'll see. How did you like it? What vibes do you get? Okay, so I'm coming out with this as like a hella Catholic. So how are you looking at this if you're not Catholic and you're just watching this as a regular TV show and all that stuff? And so yeah, tell me what you think. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. You can follow me on my Instagram at HeyMitchMitch. You can follow my joint Instagram at It's Mandatory Fun, where I do other videos from my friend Jen. And smash that like button, hit it, stab it, all that good stuff, because it helps me build my channel, and I need to hit 300 by the end of the year. So that's my goal. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Peace, peace, peace. Be with you.